say?
I can't pronounce it properly, but philosophical. I think you mentioned it before, that philosophy, yeah? That's not really, I don't know if that's God's way of life.
No, I said we've taken on other people's philosophy. That's different from what you're just saying.
But I feel like before, it happened amongst us, and we came up with philosophy amongst ourselves against him, and we shouldn't have. That's what happened.
Fair enough,
But then hold on, why would we do that? If there's no problem, everyone's ascending to a nice high level and everyone's good, what's the issue? But there wasn't, if it's pride, why have you all got pride? It's like, if you would notice my man's got pride, and he might notice that too and be like, wow, you know what, you're tripping. Why weren't there no correction? Why was there an opportunity? But
what we're going through now is a correction,
I know, but
we're just not acknowledging the correction.
I hear that, but I'm saying when they first made the decision to run off, there wasn't no correction. They were saying, you know what?
The point is this, look, at the end of the day, on a deeper level, it's the Most High who run the show. That's right.
Exactly. And somebody was upset with that. Who's his own
people. The Most High who made us go through the darkness so we can get to the light. Alright, so we can appreciate the light.
I hear that.
But if you grow up as a child where you got money, you wouldn't know the poverty. You wouldn't know because you would believe in people that are poor.
Yeah.
Hold on, you would believe it. You were like, because you don't understand. Someone that was broke and became rich properly the right way, he respects everyone because he knows the struggle.
But in the beginning, that's what happened. I'm saying that everything you're saying now he's trying to do.
Brother, you know what it boils down to? You know this kingdom, we've got laws, yeah?
Oh shit, sorry.
If you don't keep the laws, what happens? Esau comes and Jackson puts us in prison. So the Most High has laws.
Shall not be brainwashed.
If we break his laws,
Hallelujah.
he's going to change it back. You need to listen. Basically, what he's trying to tell you, you need to follow the laws. If you don't follow the laws, you're going to come into judgment.
And that's it. And that's
we need laws. Otherwise, we might as well do what we want.
Right.
No, but in the beginning, there was no law.
There was law.
There was always law. You're wrong. There was
In the animal kingdom, there was no law.
What you mean there was no law?
Be honest.
I'm saying there was like a written law, isn't it?
But we didn't need law.
So you just said it, we didn't need law. So do you see what I'm saying? Something happened between ourselves for the law to be introduced.
But that was law.
Man's connection to God was God and man.
But that was
and
law.
There was no concept of laws. When man
was when God said with law.
God is when
Get someone, let's go to
the only law was to obey the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with thy heart, mind, and
let's go to Genesis and someone get 2 Ezra 3.
Communion and connection to God.
Is that a law?
Laws have to be put in place because of man's erroneous behavior. Man has a tendency to be erroneous, every single man.
Listen,
brother man,
listen, no. What you're saying is incorrect. This is
We need to stop one at a time. Hold on. Let's
with all due respect, I'll just say something. With all due respect, I'll just say something to you. You have a thing called listeners and you have a thing called speakers.
Well, you need to listen and we are speakers.
Hold on, brother. Brother, let me speak. When people are speaking, you would give them the same respect that you expect them to listen to you.
No, go to 2 and 8.
I know exactly what's going on here,
7 and 2 and 8. And
I
then
know
do 2
exactly
Ezra
what you
3
want to talk to me.
and start
I know
on
what
4.
you're about.
Let's go.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Read it for the people. Go on, line up.
And the Lord Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground.
First of all, God didn't give the law.
Relationship with the Most High, Yahweh, Adonai, Elohim, relationship with the Most High.
And the Lord Yahweh, God power, formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Right, so the Most High didn't give the law to everyone. But when you read Genesis 1 and 26, he created a people that didn't have the law. If someone read, let's get Genesis, because I'll do it because I don't want anyone that watching it.
That's right, yeah, we have to show them that there was a law from the beginning. That man doesn't know what he's talking about.
So there was law from the beginning.
From the beginning, of course there was.
So from Adam, when he made Adam, there was law.
Yes, yes, there's law from then.
Look,
what was that law?
Read Genesis. We're gonna help the brother. He's a lovely brother. I don't want these are the lost people, man. They're done. They're just waiting for the fire to come and burn them. He looked like a beautiful firewood. He would fire a barbecue.
Yeah, he'll burn very nicely.
Genesis
nice
1 and 26.
bright red color.
1 and 26. My brother, listen to this. Yeah, he's firewood. Yeah, Genesis 1 and 26.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And God Yahweh power said, let us make man
Let
in
us
our
make man
image,
in our image,
after our likeness,
after our likeness,
and let them have dominion
and let them have dominion,
over the fish of the sea,
right?
and over the fowl of the air,
Right.
and over the cattle,
Right.
and over all the earth.
So you have the people that were created, right? A nation of people that were created, but they weren't given the law. They were just natural people.
That's right.
In tune with, in harmony with the forest, in harmony with the ecosystem, in harmony with nature, controlling the animal, life. But then, when you go now to Genesis 2 and 8 or 7,
Yeah, I'm there now.
and then that's when the Most High now
And this is the book of
made a
Genesis.
covenant with a different sort of people. All right?
Listen, listen.
But he said
Listen,
it. Hold on,
listen,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let's
In the beginning, you said there was law, yeah?
Let's just finish up the point.
We're going to show you, we're going to prove it to you.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 2, verses 7 and 8.
Right.
Verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh got power for a man of the dust of the ground,
For a man of the dust of the ground, yeah.
and breathed into his
And
nostrils.
breathe, and that's how I know that the first men, these men, he was dark because he was from the darker you dig the earth, the darker, the deeper you go, the darker you go. That's why I was a black man, right? Now go to the breath, yeah.
The breath of life.
So he was given the breath of life. What is the breath of life? Go to start reading from 4.
Remember he said he's given the breath of life.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 3 and verse 4. O Yahweh, who bearest rule, thou
Oh
speak.
Yahweh, who bearest rule. So that means from the beginning, the Most High gave law to a certain people, certain tribe, but it wasn't written because it was. That's why you were born. They were born knowing what to do, and what not to do. Unwritten laws.
See that
It's not
tribe?
finished.
Hold on, see that tribe?
He's not
Hold on,
finished,
hold on,
he's not finished.
Wait,
Let him
sorry,
finish.
see that tribe, yeah? Was that tribe among other tribes?
Before we go to that tribe,
Yes.
O Yahweh,
Everything.
O Yahweh,
Again.
who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people.
Right.
It says he commanded what's a
From the
command?
beginning. So at the beginning, God gave commandments to the people from the beginning.
But you said to the particular tribe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Out of the tribe, was it all the tribe or a particular
A
tribe?
particular tribe.
Now, do you think that there was a problem when other tribes thought, you know what, why do we have to go to them? But hold on, the other people that was made, are they aspects of God?
Of course, they were just like, they look like God, because God is the.
So why would another aspect of God not be the law?
Because do you have shoes?
There was nothing.
How many shoes do you have?
I have a few.
Exactly. You like one particular you like? Exactly.
That's why.
Carry on.
Exactly, and then that favoritism might cause what?
No, but he's giving them laws as to govern, my
Jealousy
brother.
is
Hold on.
normal, hold on. Even though jealousy is something
But
good.
he's giving them laws, my brother.
I hear that. but-
Teach others.
Deuteronomy
but
7
I'm
and 6,
saying that-
yeah? But thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people
And that's that.
upon the face of the earth.
And that's why I read and I say that he do what he please, and that's where you're stuck. You don't understand that the Most High do what he please.
And I get that, but I feel like
You got special
but you're
food,
still
you got special
questioning
girls,
it.
you
Let me
got
get-
special
I got a
staff,
precept, I got a
you got
precept.
special, you know what I mean? Just like how much more the Most High. He's got
hear
special
that.
people. We are the chosen.
But sometimes if you had kids, yeah, and you choose one of them out, one of them over the rest, if the
Yeah,
rest
that's
start
because-
acting up, you can't go on like you don't know where it's coming from.
It's not every time that you're gonna be able to give your
You
precept.
understand? Because they're all
Sometimes
your
you
kids.
swallow
They
it.
all sometimes are in your face trying to impress you. So then if you just pick one of them like, right, the rest ain't saying too much, they're gonna go off the sock and start their inner.
You see what your problem is, my brother?
Yeah, this is
Hold on. Your problem is, instead of just being obedient, you want to question everything.
And you rely on your own understanding.
It's deeper than that.
I know it's wrong,
It's
but the
deeper
way I
than
was
that.
raised by
It's
my
deeper than
mom,
that.
she allowed
This
me
is
to
Matthew.
question her because she
Yeah,
thought like
but the mom's side is not how your mom deals with you.
I hear that, but my mum's an aspect of God, just like anything.
Yeah, but
Bro,
They show the possibility of God can be
there
like
is
that.
order.
I hear
There's
that, but it
order.
also shows that aspect, a possibility that God
But
can
you
be
have
like
to
that.
have obedience. Bring out your precept.
Yeah, bring out because
This is Matthew 13 and 11. He answered and said unto them.
No,
because
start 10. Start 10.
Not 10 there.
And
This is Matthew
the problem.
13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Question mark. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries.
But before you carry on, yeah, the Bible is the literature of God. And if you study literature, you got God saying, you got double talk, you got hyperbole, you got metaphor, all right? You got all those styles where people say something, or you like to look at the rappers. They might say something, you have to study it to understand what they mean. That's our literature. All right, so it's not given to everyone. Carry on.
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
So it was given to us to understand. We don't have no problem with it. But carry on.
But to them it is not given.
But today it's not given to everyone. Carry on.
Yeah, that's it.
For whosoever have had to him.
Read the 11 again.
But also, how was we carrying on with the information? Because not to knock anybody, you know, buddies, you might have pulled up in a convertible or a nice little coupe. You might be trying to let you know sometimes. Sometimes you know a brother, yeah, he's had a nice little convertible or coupe or something, or anything what he can show off to the next man, even a woman. He might sometimes emphasize that the woman's there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but my point is this. Look. My point is this, look.
I'm just being honest.
No.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
But my point is this. My point is this. You see, my point is this is like, this truth is not for everyone, my brother.
It's that simple.
Listen, I beg you, with all due respect, I love you, my brother. Like, I don't know you, but I love your spirit, you know? You have the same spirit I love. But at the same time, my role is to be truthful to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to hurt him or to disrespect him. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't disrespect anyone. But I want to tell the truth that, you see, this truth is not, this, I'll tell you the truth, this, you're not at the point where you're going to understand this. Read that.
Let me ask you a question.
Read it.
What is required of you by the Most High? To do what?
To be truth.
You see, and that's the problem.
And everyone ain't.
No, but that is a problem because that's not
Everyone
what,
ain't.
when you read the scriptures. Let's give the requirement because
That's what I think. Yeah, could be wrong. But I think it's be truthful.
Check this out.
I don't think it was you to lie and follow the commandments. You think it was you to lie and follow the
Listen to
commandments? I don't know.
but if you don't know the requirements, my brother,
That's true, I don't know. But what do you think?
Yeah, so
You think it's lie and follow the commandments? Or be
But
truthful?
listen.
Don't worry about that. At this point, don't even worry about
If you're not knowing what he needs to know, what you need to know, you're going to keep being in the circle you're going around in.
Relying on your own understanding.
Listen to this. This is what I wanted to bring to you for a little while. Listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power, but those things which are...
This says the secret things belong to the Most High. So do you think that those are things that you're going to know?
No.
or even understand,
But
let alone.
this is where it might go.
Hold on.
The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power. But those things which are revealed, which was revealed, the law, statutes, and commandments were revealed to us. They were written plainly. If you go to...
I've got the precept for that.
Oh, bring it out.
So there's the understanding as well. Understanding of life based on the scriptures. Understanding of certain logics. Because the Bible deals with logics. This truth is a knowledge that deals with logic, man. For the most of, for you to get this knowledge and this to have for the logic to click in your head and say, oh, I get it. He will have to open your eyes. So right now, we can argue all day, but right now your eyes are not open as far as this knowledge. And that's the truth, my brother. I love you, my brother, but it may not be for you. Or when the time comes, let's say that this one was a seed that was sown into you at the right time, it will harvest. It will produce harvest. I hope. But right now, we're gonna go because it's a spiritual thing.
You know what? Hold on.
Finish.
And it goes back into what we're saying. For you to get more knowledge and understanding, you have to be obedient.
Yeah, as I was saying, that Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
But it's not for everyone. The law is only the elect that will follow the law, man. This is the perfect example, you know, to show you guys that this truth is not for everyone. And then for you listening out here, for the viewers, you are blessed to know this truth. The Most High is real like that. But when it don't come, some of them, the 11th hour brothers will come in. Some of them, like the brother, may come, we have that conversation, and then boom, you might see something that the Most High will lie. Like, oh, the brother said something now. Oh, the brother, it's all registered in his head, in his mind. But at some point will come and they will. And that's why I hope for the brother. Now, you want to bring your precept?
Yeah, so this is a precept to what brother just said just now, yeah. Yashala just said. So this is Psalms 147, verses 19 and 20. And it reads, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise
that's
ye the Lord.
That's the context, again, context, yeah? This is cool. I'm doing that for the brothers as well.
That's right.
That's for Israel. We're talking about understanding. Yeah? So it's like, it's not for everyone, is it? That's the law was given to Israel, but the understanding was given.
It's an anointing. Understanding is given to those who keep the commandment.
Yeah, but in the beginning, you know when it was given to certain people,
It was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
what tribe was
Prior
that?
to that,
What tribe that was?
and prior to that, it would be Noah. And prior to that, it would be Enoch, going all the way to the Adam that was selected from the other nations.
So yeah, we were breaking down the Adam, man. Let's go back to the Adam, man.
Even Enoch, you believe in the book of Enoch?
No, we don't.
No.
Bring that one.
And you believe in you got Bibles like King James?
Brother, my best advice to
Do you
you.
believe in
You're going all over the place.
I listen,
But listen, my brother, my best advice to you is to first start being obedient.
Yes.
Yeah? Otherwise, you're going to keep going round in circles, and that's what we're doing there,
Oh, you
partner.
can't be obedient to the Most High and touch it.
No,
The
but
Most High
that's the point, though.
Still giving you advice. That be obedient.
That's
Hear
what
the
you have
word
to do.
and hearken. That's it.
And this is why the questions you're asking, you're being a good example of why we're in the situation we're in. Because when the Most High said, hold on one second. When the Most High said do A, B, and C, hold on, when the Most High said do A, B, and C, we started to question. We're showing you out the scriptures what the Most High is saying to do. And you're still questioning. So this is why we're in the situation we're in. That's why the brother read, this is why the brother brought out come as a child. And our people can't do that.
But you're adult. Really, as a child, you should have been brought to you.
No, my brother. Child.
Instead of what? Instead of school.
You know what? We're gonna.
Come on, bro. Instead of school,
Let me finish that first.
But you lot are sending your kids to school.
Finish that first. My
And then
brother.
you're talking about as an adult, come back as a child.
No, my brother. Look.
That means being obedient, man.
humble.
Hypothetical.
It's metaphor. It's
Come on,
image.
then stop, but that's backwards.
And hey, can someone read a
You're
John
putting your
3?
kids in
I'll show
school.
you, Jake.
You know,
Hey,
bro.
can someone
I know
read
you
John
know.
3, please? Someone
I know
read
you know.
John 3. The power he said when Nicodemus. This is how you know that Deuteronomy 29 and 9 is real.
Yeah.
Because Nicodemus, a priest of, like, how do you say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The priest of the law, how do you say that?
Be born again.
The high priest.
This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 3.
The doctor of the law, I mean.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, this is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 2. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High power. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High power be with him. Verse 3, Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again,
Except a man be born again. So you will see. Come on.
he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. So carry on. Carry on.
Verse 4, Nicodemus saith unto
So
him,
basically, when Yahweh would say, the man, meaning like, unless you renew your mind, so to be born again is to renew your mind.
You've got the wrong
To
concept.
come as a child is to be humble enough to renew your mind.
To be like a
carry on,
empty cup.
carry on. Now, you see, you might be Nicodemus in the reincarnation. Read, listen.
verse 4,
Exactly, but what do you get your children to listen to?
Bro, hold on.
Let him finish.
Listen more than adults.
Have you got children? When you have children,
My brother, hold on.
It's not the same thing,
It
bro.
is, because you just said,
Don't read that again. Read
Yeah, read that
Instead of getting
again.
an adult to go
Listen,
back here,
my brother,
why
listen
not
to
get
the
them as a
scripture.
chance like the white man?
Yo,
did?
read it. Yeah.
Do you understand?
the book of John chapter 3 and verse 3, Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily,
That's what I'm talking about.
I
How do
say
you fix
unto
that?
thee, except a man be born
Except
again,
a man be born again. Carry on.
he cannot see
He
the
cannot see the
kingdom
kingdom
of the Most High.
of the Most High. Carry on.
Hold on. What does it mean by except a man be born again?
Remember, he was
Explain it
talking
to
to
me.
an adult, remember? So
Explain
bear
it
that
to
in
me.
mind.
What?
Renew your mind.
Basically to go back and have an open mind about something you're about to relearn or learn something new. But my point is,
Let him finish.
Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man
How can a man
be born
be born
when he is old?
when he's old?
So he's saying exactly what you said. He
You're
didn't
Nicodemus.
understand.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
He's
what
asking the
about
same
kids
question.
who are 4 or 5 years old who you take and put in a fucking school instead of holding them under
You say
your
what
wing
he just
and
said. You
teaching
say
them all
that
of this
absolutely
and
very
then
well.
rise and be a leader.
Push your
Because
children
by
to
now
go
you would
to
have had
school.
one. But you still
They
don't.
don't
So
go to
what
school,
one?
they're going to get chapped up by the police or the
Read on, read on.
But why are you putting them in that scenario?
Who's they got to go to school?
Listen,
They don't have to.
So your children ain't going to go to school,
They
then
don't
you're
have
going to get the government to snatch on your children.
Don't they
have
put
to go
people
to
in
school.
prison if you don't put your
No.
parents go to prison?
No, it's not. No, it's not. If you're willing to educate your child yourself, you can do
You
that.
need wisdom, bro.
So why is not enough black men doing that?
We're going to continue.
It's like
Brother,
it's life.
what we're saying is going over your head, my brother. So,
Jump to verse 6. Jump to verse 6.
Yeah, let's finish it out as he
Read
was.
3 again, because we're going to edify.
Yeah, we have to edify. That's why I'm doing this. So we use people to edify.
That's right.
So we want to let brothers that do like. It's not easy. If you're in this truth, it's a blessing, my brother.
That's right.
It's not for everyone. Today you see people that they want to get into the gate, they cannot get in the gate. The angels are blocking him from getting
I
in the
do.
gate.
I believe in God more than you think. I just believe that everything is God.
Can I just
Not
say as
just
well?
certain things we focus on or we prefer.
What the brother just said.
You go to a supermarket,
and
everything's
it's a
available.
proven
You'll just get
that
what you
our
prefer.
people are hard-headed. Because no matter how much you go through the scriptures to show them something, they're still relying on carnal mind.
But it's not. But deeper than that.
No, I know,
Deeper
but
than
I'm just
that.
taking it on the surface.
Yes.
He's coming from a carnal perspective. I mean, already, like, we know Yahushua, when he said to Nicodemus was a grown man. He said, this grown man must be born again. It's obvious he's not talking about going back into the womb and coming out again. He was already a man, so he must mean something else. So you've got to clear your mind of that concept as an actually child and understand what the Bible is actually saying. And that's the same problem Yahushua was having with his own people, because when he said things, they didn't understand. So he had to now put it a different way for them to understand, but some of them were still not getting it. Okay. So he spoke what he said and he left it. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't.
Okay,
That's it.
This is 1 Corinthians 8 and 2. If a man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet has he ought to know.
Right.
What does ought to know mean?
You should.
He should know.
So, should you know everything or some of it?
But what you need to know, read this is what you should know. This is what you should know.
This is Sirach 19 and 24.
Should you know everything or some of it?
This is what you should know.
This is Sirach 19 and 24. He that have small understanding and feareth Yahweh is better than one that have much wisdom and transgressive the law of the Most High.
And you're trying to get that much wisdom, my brother, and you're forgetting the basics, man.
Well, can someone get out Isaiah 6, man? My brother, bring Isaiah 6 and 9 and 7 up now. Let's now, this is, and now the reason why I do that, this is the perfect example of how the Most High moved.
Yeah.
Right? So what happened is that we got angels around us.
That's right.
An angel, they work on people's minds. And they decide who's gonna get in his truth and who's not getting his truth, at least at this moment. So at this moment, the brother is not getting in his truth. And that's bottom line. But it's a precept. That's explained it very beautifully. Let's read it. My brother, you don't speak. I love your spirit. I love your spirit too. I like it.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9, and it reads, "And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not."
Right, read that again.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9, "And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but
So hold on, so you're hearing what's being said.
but understand not."
No, get it, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
"And see ye indeed, but
Brother is humble, man. Brother is humble.
but see ye indeed, but perceive not."
So what happened is that there's people that's supposed to get this truth, and there's people that's not supposed to get this truth. Now I'm not getting to reincarnation now. Because someone gave me 2nd Ezra 14 and 35. No, don't worry about it. Sometimes that was
34, isn't it?
exactly. You see how it's still
2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding
That's right.
and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive.
Now, what's the key thing in that? It says subdue your own understanding. That's why it goes back to what I said. Lean not on your own understanding.
But there's a reason though. There's a reason why. Just let us read. Because the reason I'm going to understand the reincarnation is because I told you that the reason why you don't understand. There's a reason why you don't understand it. There's a reason why. That's because there's a secret that I want to share with you, and you can say whatever. I love listening to you as well because it allows me to understand where Jake is from a certain angle. And that enriches me so I can deal with people more when I'm out there. Then people are the same in a way.
Exactly,
like, knowing me, like, you know. Yeah, carry on.
Okay, I'll start again, yeah? 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. Verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come.
Now, see, I was somewhere else. I saw something. I still went somewhere for a second. That's kind of cool, like this spec that I kind of like. So forgive me.
35.
I went left.
Oh, 35.
Read 35 again.
Okay.
Man. No, 35. 135?
Yeah.
Subdue your own.
2nd Ezra chapter 35. 35. For after death shall the judgment come.
After death shall the judgment come. Yeah? After death, so when you die, there is a judgment that comes, right? But we're going to explain it to you if you got time. Carry on.
When we shall live again.
When we shall live again. So in all actuality, my brother, there's such thing as reincarnation because that's not the first time you're on earth. He says it clearly. You die and you come back. Now the reason why you don't understand it today in your life, not present life, because when you died, you must have done something in your past. When you died, right, you went to the heaven, right, and that's why I say rest in peace, you stay there. Right. And after that, when there's a judgment now, you go before the court, and Yahweh say, okay, this guy did this, did that. You look like a warrior. You're probably a warrior in West Africa, killing them, a lot of blood in his hand. Warrior. So what happened is like, they say no. Just like when David and Yahweh told David, you can't build it because there's too much blood. Not because you're wicked, but because there's blood. I don't want you so. Not because you're wicked, but the most I say in this time, it's not for you to understand.
That's right.
Word.
So is that, you know, you say reincarnation, so you get judged more than once.
Of course, every time, because once you live here, you die. There's no such thing as hell. When you die, this is hell.
This is hell. Right.
Someone bring Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. Let's bring it, man.
And they say
Say something.
Oh, you want to define hell?
What this world teaches you is
wanna
YOLO.
define hell?
We can do that after.
That's part of that crafty counsel that you say that the people that go against who the vocal God, the Most High Yahweh. That's what they've done. They've told you that you've only lived once because they know that you're gonna live again and be judged against. So they want you to do all the wickedness you can in this so-called one life, so you be judged from your next life, and you go against what you're meant to be doing. See that?
And even to add what the brothers say, don't you sometimes have points where you have this deja vu moment where you feel, I've done this before? Because you have. That's what I'm
You
showing
step in
you.
the portal and then boom.
Yeah,
the
you've
memory
done
comes
it
back
before.
and it goes away.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9.
That's where I was going as well.
The thing that has been,
The thing that has been,
it is that will shall be.
it is that it shall be. So really, like,
Here we go.
the thing in the past, people that were before will always come back. So basically, it's a recycle thing.
It's going to tell you.
Carry on.
And that which is done, that which shall be done.
Right.
And there is no new thing
And there's
under the sun.
Under the sun.
Recyclable now.
Carry on, brother. It's not finished.
We all are.
The Bible, he said, yeah.
Before you go there, it says the thing that has been is that which shall be. Yeah?
That's right.
So this is Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. It says that which has been is named already, and
Right.
it is known that it is man.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is referring to men. So let's say when you read it, instead of thing, read 9.
9 again.
9 again. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been,
So the men that have been before, yeah,
it is that which shall be.
is the same man that will come back again and be and live again.
And
Now,
that which is done
and the man that is whoever died of I will know, yeah.
is that which shall be done.
Right. So
And-
the man that died yesterday is the one that will die again. So it's like a never-ending cycle.
And there is nothing new under the sun.
Because there is nothing new. Why?
Right.
He's saying there is nothing new under the sun. Which we read in Ecclesiastes 3, because it shows you that under the sun, that's why you got judgment. That's why we got suffering. We got all of this. That's why even as Hebrew Israelites, we have to come back and suffer for what we did in West Africa and what we did in Israel.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
So
Question mark.
the men that you see today, the spirit, the type of men, they used to be back then. They were warriors. I'll go through. You see them little gangbanger that you see, them hardcore gangbanger that you see in Brixton, all over the place. These were the warriors of Judah, not knowing what to do. Came back to borders hell. So now because your DNA records your life.
That's right.
And it plays out, it kicks it in
That's
you,
right.
you want to do certain things because that's part of the DNA.
So that's why they
if-
want our DNA. That's why they
That's
kinda-
another reason.
that's another side. That's another side.
Take off topic.
Yeah, carry on.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
There's nothing new. Same thing all over again.
It hath been already of
It has
old
been
time,
already of all time.
which was before us.
When you see all of those, no, we go in there. When you see all of those Puff Daddy and Jay-Z,
Yeah.
these people were kings before.
But
They
then-
were kings.
But then that's the problem is that the ones who know this, but I'm new to this stuff, but the people
Well,
who know
hold
this,
on. Let him just finish verse 11.
Verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things.
That's why you don't remember anything.
okay.
The former thing doesn't mean,
But is there a possibility to find out?
that's not because we can't.
Now,
That's
they know the read.
I'm not saying it's right, but
he
maybe
said
that's
that.
what
Can you
people do.
find out by your past lives? No.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why people are going to that because they feel like
Yeah, I get what you trump.
they feel like it's like me going to my auntie and my mom's not telling me something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So
But
then-
then, that's hey, at the end of the day,
Maybe
guys,
you tell them
come back
something, they won't go to the army.
being obedient, come back to being a child.
That's on the left hand side. That's,
It's like, you know
that's
what I'm saying?
witchcraft.
Sometimes you gotta be
Because
simple. man.
you're
You
not meant to
can't
have that remembrance.
Yes.
I know,
Save the Lord.
but the point is that
Yes.
they're fascinated about it being existing. So rather than letting them go off and do the wrong thing.
But this place fascinates our people in every kind of way, you know what I mean? But
I know, but I'm saying if you explain it to them properly, then it's up to you. It's like you're training. I don't know what you got Nikes on. If I explain to you properly about the company, you might not buy Nike. If I didn't, you just go and buy them training. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like deeper knowledge. I explained to him about night. He wasn't there. He wasn't buying the chain. So there's that.
Yeah, let's go to John 1 and 9, man.
And I'm worried that's the purpose, because how else can the other side exist?
John 9 and 1.
Listen to this, my brother.
This is the book of John 9, verse 1. And Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Listen, this guy is blind from birth. He was born blind. Go on.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
So they said, who broke the commandments?
Who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
So you can understand the parents sinning, and the Most High said, you know what, I'm going to throw judgment on you. You're going to have a child that's born blind. But they're asking him, who did sin that he was born blind?
The parents.
No, the man. Read that again. The man or his parents. Listen.
John 9 and 1. And Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
So how could he have sinned to be born blind?
It must have been his parents.
But
No, he was there before.
He was here before. It shows you.
That's why you people that are born blind and born in wickedness, because when they come back, because before you came back as baby in the spiritual realm, you see, like when you go to court, it's the same thing. So you go over there, and then when they do, it's like now they're like, okay, you know what? Based on your life, you're gonna come back a blind man.
I hear that, but don't you think it's better to maybe rectify the situation? So instead of punishing,
I'm not God.
I know, but it's just
Bro, the guy's telling me.
but I'm just showing you a different side. I'm showing you maybe how.
I don't want to know about the gift. That's where we go wrong.
Yeah.
And then that's how maybe you find out everything.
You're
No,
saying,
but you know how, you can't know everything.
Yeah.
Do you know how you rectify things in this life? By being obedient.
Keeping commandments.
1 Peter 4 and 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh.
That's right.
If any man
Very
minister,
smart, very wise.
let him do it as the ability of Yahweh given.
So that's basically it's like, let me finish.
That Yahweh in all things may be glorified.
right.
Yahweh
That's
shall
it.
to whom be praised
You can say
and
that.
dominion forever and ever.
Now you hear what I just said. Now what's that showing you now, right? Every question you've asked us, where have we come out to give you the answer? And where have you come out to answer your questions? Or even
From the school.
from what you've been telling us, where have you been coming from? Right.
Jeremiah 17 and 9, it says, the heart.
No, you see, but you.
But certain questions I've asked you haven't answered, and you could have went to the Bible for the answer.
Wait a minute,
that as well.
but everything we say, you say, yeah, but, rather than submitting
No,
to what
I
it
did. I said the
Oh, you
truth.
have.
But I'm also saying that some things I did ask, you didn't answer, but you could have gone to the Bible because the Bible knows everything. So why did it go to the answer?
Because it would be long to go to everything. So some things we say will explain, but if you want the precept, we can go there.
Okay, but you wouldn't
No,
understand.
but that's the thing. Some things are a bit deep. Some things are very deep. And
Maybe you're supposed to go deep. So
no, we can't because
Why not?
listen, because the scriptures even tell them give them milk because you're not built for strong meat. You can't listen. A baby.
Man's got canine.
No, listen, no. A baby drinks.
canine.
Hang on, wait. A
I
baby.
hear your analogy.
Wait a minute.
A
Let
baby
me
needs
finish.
milk. I'm a man
A
now.
baby
I've got
drinks.
canine.
No, a baby drinks. Yeah, but you're a baby in the truth.
I hear what you're saying.
You're a baby in this, so you need the milk. You can't eat strong meat.
This is
Okay, but
Jeremiah
if I'm
17
a
and
baby
9.
in this, why would I have to come back as a baby?
They're leaving. That's
Come on, bro.
I'm telling you.
It's like God will be consequent with everything, not some thing. Yeah.
Jeremiah 17 and 9. The heart is deceitful above all things
Heart is talking about your mind.
and desperately wicked.
That's what it is.
Who can know it?
Only the Most High knows it. So this is why we keep telling you, just be obedient, my brother.
It's not rocket
So,
science.
hey,
But you
the
can't
Most
say a
High,
man's
the
wicked
Most
because
High.
he brings up a
Hey, go
point
back
and
to
you struggle to
Isaiah
answer
6 now.
That shouldn't be your understanding.
last
Even if you went to the Most High, he might tell you you are. You can't be upset with a man because he said something and you can't
He
answer
said your
him.
heart is wicked. You are not your heart.
No, but your heart is you.
No, it's not.
About your mind.
No,
You're saying your
Okay,
mind.
so
Your
if
spirit.
your heart was wicked and you go to the Most High, he might not let you in, or he might send you back here blind. Because your heart's wicked. But if your fire is okay, if your fire is wicked, he might still let you
How do we
in.
determine what wicked is?
Okay, not good.
What's good?
Good is the side which is not the left side, the left wing.
But how do you know what the left or the left or right wing is?
Is that your own understanding?
That's what Most High showed you. But at the same time, if it doesn't specifically say
that's why
what he said, you understand? You got a hard shit. You're coming to me. I'm not complicated. Let me be honest, yeah. God is everything. He's not just. You see all the confusion? No, he's not confusion, but there is confusion. So God should be able to confusion.
The confusion's coming from us.
Nah, man.
Not from the Most High.
I'm not saying it's from the Most High, but what he's done is smart. He's giving it to one guy.
Listen to this. Listen to this. This is Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And it reads, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed.
So we go back, did we read something like this earlier on?
But we didn't go down.
So yes, it says, hear ye indeed.
But understand not.
Now, before you continue, grab Proverbs 3. I'll keep quoting it, let me just read it through. Yeah? Hear ye indeed. This is what we're telling you to hear. Yeah, this. This is very simple, very basics. 3 and 5.
3 and 5.
Down to 7.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 to verse 7. And it reads, trust in the Lord Yahweh
Trust in my own understanding.
with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
When you don't lean onto your own understanding, is what the Bible just read in 1 Peter 4 and 11. Any man speak, open your mouth out the Bible.
That's right.
Yeah, go on.
Verse 6. In all thy
No,
ways,
some of the ways.
in all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
So the brother read Psalms 1:11 and 10. A good understanding of all they that do his commandments. If you're not being obedient, he's not going to open your mind to more things. Read on.
Verse 7. Be not wise in thine own eyes.
I believe.
But why wouldn't he do this? Why wouldn't he do that?
Fear the Lord Yahweh and depart from evil.
Yeah, evil is when you're breaking his commandments. So go back to what you're reading again, Bob.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people.
What? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Go on.
Hear ye.
Did you hear what they just read? Go on.
Indeed, but understand not.
Did you understand what they just said?
I understood it, man.
But
Because I feel like if I think a certain way, am I meant to not tell you? Am I meant to just say, you know what? Forget that. Do you understand? Because even my thoughts are an aspect of God which is giving me for a reason. Do you understand? Maybe I'm going about it the wrong way of learning about it.
You said that something that deep.
Yeah, go on.
You say my fault is part of, of God that was given for me.
And that's the
For me
point.
for a reason.
That is
And that's the point.
That is the
The
point.
fault, you're on the left hand side of thing right now.
Not really.
See, yes. Because you don't understand. Hey, another reason why we read. This is the Bible. The Bible speaks.
No, what we're
You're trying to
saying.
put me on the left hand side.
When we're saying left hand, that means you're not trying to do what you're saying. Go on.
But understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Verse 10. Make the heart of this people fat.
And this is what the Most High would do,
Yeah.
Where the brother read, I will do all my pleasure. That's what you need to know. That the purpose of the Most High might stand. He did that. Like I said.
That's what we're for.
So he's doing his pleasure,
He chose, we want to choose, and he left out, we want to left out. Nigga, that don't understand the truth because the Most High don't want him to understand it.
No, I respect that, but I think what's happened is that people have become curious and the things are being left out or the things.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's caused the problem.
But the Most High did that.
Exactly.
He's the one that puts
That's
stuff
what I'm
in
trying to say.
the people.
He done that. What is causing the mysterious stuff or the curiosity is what he done in the first place.
That's good.
Can I
Understand?
just for what he said? Now answer this question, right? If I'm going to employ you into my company, am I going to show you the ins and outs and the whole workings And I'm only going to show you that until I can trust you. Then I'm going to show you the ins and outs of my company. But if I just pulled you in, I'm going to show you the basics. Because why? Hold on. Why? Because what I'm going to do, I'm testing you to see if you're faithful, if you're worthy.
Now, does God see us as employees or kids? Wait, are we employees or kids? Be honest.
We think we're kids or what do you mean?
To God,
We came into this as children.
But are we, in God's eyes,
We both.
employees or kids?
We both.
Now,
Because
as employees,
in West Africa, people got money and then the children work for them.
I hear you, but I'm saying that they're their kids. Now,
So it's the same thing, but they're kids.
no, it's not because
It is the same thing.
Because with your kids, you care for. The employee you might not care for. You just care if you do the job.
No. Business, let's say, don't
That
mix
would be
business with
now.
pleasure.
Imagine I was with the Most High. See what I'm going with it. Like no, don't try to break it down. Because you made a mistake by using the wrong analogy.
I didn't. You don't understand the Bible, let alone the analogy.
Well, is your, I don't know if you have
Let's
kids,
be
but
honest.
is your
I do
kids-
have kids.
Alright, and then your employees or your kids?
They're my children.
Exactly.
But check it out. I'm not going to give my kids big responsibility unless I know they're worthy of it.
Exactly, unless they can
But-
handle it. So if you give
But
them,
how
if
do you know they're worthy of it? You have to start
You don't know,
give them a
but God
little.
knows
So he's
everything.
giving you a little, but you're
That's
not
what
even
he knows.
receiving the little you're
You're going
getting.
somewhere else. You're going somewhere else.
you understand? God knows everything.
Second
Keep
knows
on
everything.
reading this one.
But where's his word?
In the book.
So then how do you understand what his mind is then?
By reading the book.
You don't
But
want
at
to
the
know.
same time, it's simple. It's not just the book. Yeah, but at the same time, it's not just the book. Hold on. This is all the book. It's the book.
It's Isaiah 55
It's
and
every
8.
leaf on the floor.
For
It's
my
every little
thoughts
ant, it's everything.
Listen to this.
Are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith
again.
This is Isaiah 55 and 8.
This is what you're trying to do, man, you know.
For my thoughts
Remember, the brother read in Deuteronomy 29:29, the secret things. If something's secret, are you going to know it?
No, I couldn't maybe find
No,
out.
if it's secret, are you going to know it?
Me personally,
Listen,
no.
I told
Me
this brother a
personally,
secret.
No.
You know that secret?
No. But has people found out that
No.
secret?
Isaiah
you're telling me
58, 55 and 8.
Everything God's created, no one knows that secret.
Depends. If he wants
Now
you
you
to
said
know
the
it, if he wants you to know it,
Come on, bro.
but it says there's
That's the
secret
problem.
things. It says the secret
That's the problem
things.
what you just done right there. It's not necessarily the knowledge, it's what you just done. You just said no, and then you said, you understand? You got to be adamant.
Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Guam, Yeshua. Now read this one. The reason why you can't get it because
Yeah.
I say you can't get it.
Right, let me take from 9 again
We
into
love you.
what
I
is
love
it,
you,
11.
brother. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9, and it reads, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Right.
And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Right. So you can't see it. You can't. When you listen to it, you can't. It's like I'm listening to some music that is in Arabic. I don't know what it means. I might like the way the flow, and I don't know what it means.
But you have the opportunity to learn how to.
Bro, you see it? Carry on.
I know what you're
Verse
saying,
10,
but there's
verse
always a
10.
way. There's a way. It's
Okay,
just
before you carry on.
You understand? someone's
There is
trying to prevent
context.
that because he wants certain people there, which is understandable. But my whole thing
brother.
is, let's not make this a whole thing where
brother.
the whole happiness is really when someone suffers.
My brother.
Because that's why you have
My brother.
no happiness
There is a
within
context
ourselves
to
when no one's
things.
suffering.
My brother, there is a context to things. What I'm telling you
That's why
right now, is that that's an analogy for you to understand that it's not meant for you. You can go, like you say, it's possible, but in that context, you don't have to go there. Because everything has a purpose. It's like I can read something in the Bible that has 3 meanings, but I might need meaning 2 to explain that particular analogy that I'm giving you right now. If I take meaning 1, it wouldn't make sense. So if the thing with you, you go left where you're not supposed to go left. Just take it for what it is, and that's it.
I hear you, but
Sirach,
still existing.
Sirach chapter 3 verse 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
right.
Before you
End of story.
do you know why the Bible constantly repeats itself? Because Jacob children. So the Bible has to repeat himself. He repeats himself there. He repeats himself here. Because we won't listen. We're like children. You have to tell a child 20 times for the same thing that he's done wrong. You have to keep telling him. Hold it.
You understand you had your question?
No, we know that, but
I'm saying because you don't have to tell anything to and they just do it shit.
no,
Why
you have
is
to
that?
tell children 20 times. That's why the Bible
That's why.
constantly repeats itself. It says the same thing here, and it says this.
Sirach 3 and 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
It's above your head, it goes over your head, so you'll never get it.
I'm keeping it basic, but like I said, certain questions I ask, you don't go back to the Bible. If it's an easy question, look at the Bible. Watch me say something. If I ask a deep question now, you might move down your head and like, oh God, look at this guy.
Can I just ask you one question, bro? Hello, brother. Can I just ask you one question? One question. Do you consider yourself a Hebrew Israelite?
That's where I'm getting a bit technical. If I am, because I don't know.
You don't know.
But if I am, I am. I don't really know.
So it's open. It's open.
Yeah, it's open. I don't know.
Right. So what we usually do is we test the spirit, right? Now we can assume that you're Jake, but what we usually do is test the spirit, and also we ask some questions. We're not going to go into that, but I just asked you that because there was something that I wanted to tell you. But if you're not sure, you just leave it at that.
Okay, so if you're not a Hebrew Israelite, you're a Jake.
No, Jake is just
Jake
short
is a-
for.
No, you're not a heathen. You're
You're Israelite. You just.
We know you're hard-headed. That's why we know you're an Israelite.
Where you from?
We know you are.
Where you from? Jamaica?
Yeah.
We
know he's a Jamaican man.
That's extra stone, man.
Exactly.
That's extra stone, man. That's hard.
But I just wanted to ask you to see if you would confess that you are. If you did confess, there's something else I would have done, but you didn't, so just leave it like that.
Precept for
Go and bring it up.
It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. It reads, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise, that why thou shouldest destroy yourself.
That's what you're trying to do.
You're trying to be right in your own mind, in your own heart, shall I say. And the scripture says what, that our hearts are wicked and deceitful above all things. And what, lean not on your own understanding.
Right, so let's carry on now, man. Let's get back to Isaiah 54.
So what's the point of your own understanding if not meant to lead us?
Because our own understanding got us in the situation we're in.
Which is what you're doing right now.
I don't want my own understanding.
Isaiah 54.
54 and 3.
Isaiah 54, guys.
Yeah, and one.
No, we passed that.
It's free now.
That's why we're so barren now.
Yeah. Okay.
Isaiah
chapter
54, verse 3. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left.
Right.
And by
that's about us being restored, the restoration of the house of Israel.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's done by the word.
Shalom.
So what will happen is that so the barren woman, which is Israel now, is starting to understand the whole purpose, that the reason why she was barren in the first place. Now she's crying to the Most High so the Most High can give her back her blessing. That's what we are right now. This is our situation right now, man.
What does she do?
No, so basically reading Isaiah 54. And Isaiah 54 is a metaphor of the barren woman and how the Most High said, yes, you've been barren. I made you barren, but that was just for a time. And I'm going to give you a baby. But on a deeper level, like I told you, the Bible is a literature. It gives you certain metaphors that mean something else. Right? So right here it means Israel. Can someone go to Jeremiah 6 and 2? Jeremiah 6 and 2, and someone goes to Jeremiah 3. He's a lovely brother, man. Wherever he wanna know, that today is his day. We're gonna get to it. You know what I mean?
That's why we're here for real.
Jeremiah 6 and 2.
Jeremiah chapter 6 verses 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
So the Most High God, he like the Negroes and the Hispanic. For him, we are like a woman. He married us.
Full woman.
That's why we read Exodus 24 and 8. And I give you the analogy of sex with a virgin woman. When you penetrate her, when the blood comes out, that's the covenant.
That's a covenant.
So through blood, the Most High made a covenant with us.
So black and brown people, are they the children of you, or is that something different?
Which one?
Black and brown people, is that the children of you, or is that something different?
Certain black and brown.
Certain black and brown.
Yeah, not all of it. Like for example, you see that the Somalian,
Yeah, bro.
the Ethiopian, the Eritrean, the people from Eritrea, the people from Sudan. Yeah, most of them are Hamites.
Heard that.
They are now Hebrew Israelite. So in Africa, you've got two sets of people in Africa. Like me, I'm from Ivory Coast, West Africa. Like me, I'm a Shemite. But when you look at my culture, that's why I'm able to know that. I'm able to stand with the brothers.
That's
because
right.
all of them are from the Caribbean.
That's right.
I'm the only one from Africa. So how come I'm here? Am I Hamite? I don't think so.
No.
This brother is from Congo. His
Yeah.
parents from Congo.
That's right.
This brother, my dad that's from Ghana. His
That's
dad's from
right.
Ghana. When you look at our culture now, you go into our culture, it's Hebrewism.
That's right.
Right, there's even a white man who wrote Hebrewism of West Africa.
That's right.
Where he were able to show you through our culture
That's right.
that we are the biblical Jews because your people, you might be my cousin. But when you went to the field to get something, you got caught.
You got snatched
to
up.
Jamaica.
That's
And I
right.
stayed in Africa.
That's right.
And he stayed in Congo. And he stayed in Ghana.
That's right.
But we're the same people.
That's right.
Definitely right.
Just want to add to what the brother said, and this is why we don't say the black and brown people,
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
not by colour,
It's not a
it's
colour thing.
nationality.
That's right.
Colour thing doesn't matter, it's the nationality. Are you of the stock of Jacob?
That's right.
That's what matters, not the shade of your skin.
That's right.
We're actually scattered in every nation.
Every single nation under
And then the
heaven.
reason why we scattered, and the reason why. Can we read Jeremiah 3 now?
So there's people like us basically, there's Hebrew Israelites in Australia and
Yeah, people like us all over the place. Yeah, all over the place. I met a guy from Benyamim that's from the island of Mauritius Island. But when you look at him, he looks like you. He's a Benyamim. When you see him, he's asking me to tell him. He's asking me what tribe I'm outside. I can feel like that you're. You might be from another island, but you're probably the Jake. Because his parents were the rebellious people that they took him to the island and they broke them. So that's Benyamim, you know? Yeah, carry on.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife,
If a man put away his wife
and she go from him
and she go from him
and becomes another man's,
and then it becomes another man,
shall he return to unto her again?
so if you got a wife, right, that cheating on you, you know, everybody knows she cheating on you. That means the land, okay, carry on, my brother.
Shall not that land be greatly
So the land
polluted?
means her body. So her body got polluted by another person. Because you know, like when the man put his seed in the woman,
I know.
DNA stains. That's why when the woman start acting up, 9 times out of 10 because someone took her back ways.
But even
She
that,
got another spirit.
do you still, so is he saying that because she's polluted, she's no good no more? Or is he saying that
But
she's polluted, but
make a
she's
point.
still
Make a point.
An analogy.
It's an analogy. That's why this guy
In the same sense, it's referring to us.
Okay, that's
We broke away from the Most High. Because that's why he read, I see the daughters of Zion, Jerusalem, as a comely woman. So we're that woman that has polluted ourselves. We've gone after idolatry, being prideful, you know. But the Most High is willing to take us back. That's the thing.
Read that. He will say what the brother just said.
Shall he not return unto her again?
Shall we not return unto her again? So he won't return. Like me, if a woman, if I feel like you're cheating on, I won't come back to you. Like that's a no.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I've got a woman who's done that.
No, but
don't
worry. You see,
I'm just saying people here on the real. I don't know if you've got girlfriends or whatever.
all of us.
Exactly. And some of you took her back, some of you didn't.
But the analogy is given though.
Finish it.
That's what I was asking.
Shall not the land be greatly polluted? Shall not the land be greatly polluted?
So the fact that the land is polluted, the fact is Israel when the other God, so they're polluting. Since the Most High say in Jeremiah 6 that we are like his woman, we're cheating on him. So he got upset and he sacked him. He sacked us like that. He said, go. Go to West Africa. West Africa. Where? Jamaica. Where? All right?
Sold into slavery.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
Played the harlot with many lovers. So our people went to other gods. In West Africa, they were worshiping other gods. They didn't care about the Most High. They had Hebrewism, but they were harlots. Carry on.
Yet return again to me, saith Yahweh.
Yet return again to me. So the Most High say, wow, so you went and played the harlot, but I've taken you back. So that's why I told you earlier that Yahweh and us is two different ball game. The way Yahweh see things, no, I will never take a woman back to you. Sometimes even if I don't even catch you.
I would though.
Listen.
On more than one occasion. So I'll have a different understanding.
Even if I go through your drawers and I see some liquid that are not supposed to be there, already my mind is set, bro.
I know.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I know that this liquid is not normal. Some other chick make